What is going on, guys? My name is Drakesy and welcome back to another episode of the Manchester United Career Mode. I believe it's around episode 21, and in last episode we left off, I think, winning around about our last 3 games. We'll check on our schedule now, we'll quickly scroll all the way down. So yeah, as you can see, at the moment we're on a pretty good streak of a few games without a loss. Our last loss was to Hull in the Premier League. But our last 4 matches have all been wins. 1 in the Premier League, 2 in the Europa League, and then 1 in the English Cup. Today we've got 3 Premier League matches against Middlesbrough, Crystal Palace and Swansea. So some fairly bigger teams than what we have been playing compared to maybe Fulham. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But as always, before we do get into the episode, I'm going to read out a few of your comments. I might miss out a few of them just because I do want to get into the episode and get 3 games covered without the episode dragging on too long. So without any further ado, let's get into the comments. So the first comment comes in from the user Mikael Crossman. He's a regular viewer of the channel, and as you can see by his profile picture on YouTube, the Manchester United logo, he's a fantastic person and we all love him to bits. But as you can see, even furthermore inspiring, he's also put, "I have nothing to add to the series, it's going great." And that's always supportive. So it's just a basic comment, but thank you very much. It means a lot to me, Mikael, and I did want to bring it up. And to anybody else who is enjoying it, if you've not commented, feel free, and you might get a little mention. But yeah, just thank you. It means a lot to me and makes me want to carry on doing the series. So the next comment comes in from the user Extreme Gamer. Now, Extreme Gamer told us something that is actually going to be pretty interesting and might help out the series quite a lot. As you can see by his comment below, he actually commented something that had been on my mind, and basically there's a bit of a glitch in the game at the moment where if you sub a player on at half time exactly, it doesn't register that the player has come on. So what we should really be doing is either before half time or after half time during the game, pausing the game and then bringing on the players then, because then if they score goals or have a good game, then the game will actually register it. So thank you very much for your comment, Extreme Gamer. It will come in massively handy and we'll definitely be using that. So the next comment comes in from the user Rimsha. Now, if that is the incorrect way of saying it, please let me know and how to correctly pronounce it down below, because I'm the worst with names. But as you can see, their comment says just below, "Try to make a youth team." Now, I have tried looking into this and I am still trying to figure it out, but I did just want to comment that, you know, I am looking into it. I've not managed to fully figure it out yet. This game is still a bit confusing to me, but as soon as I do find out, then I will definitely try and get into building a youth team. Another one of our regular viewers, Anthony, commented down below and he put, "This last episode, remember to improve the club's facilities such as medical centres or training camps." Now, and then he also put very good video and stuff at the end. So thank you very much again for the lovely comments. But Anthony, something that this is something I will try to remember. I mean, my memory is not the best at the best of times, but as you can see at the moment, we do not have that much money. So if I did go into the club, as you can see, it does cost quite a bit to upgrade, as we can see here. And with money and funds being quite low at the moment, I think we should maybe hold off at the moment. But I definitely, next season when we get some more money, hopefully, I'll look into improving the facilities. So thanks for reminding me. Keep doing it because my memory is awful. The next comment comes in from the user Ian Taylor. Now, Ian Taylor put something quite interesting, and as you can see, he says, "I would suggest putting out Schneiderlin on loan because he didn't improve and he's not a key player for us in real life, is he? He's now gone to Everton, but also, I am actually going to try and sell them." This was the comment that I wanted to say. So he suggested putting him out on loan, but to be honest, he's 27 and we could make a bit of money from him to potentially go and buy somebody else. So I'm not going to put him out on loan. Instead, I'm going to try and sell him. So if you are watching, Ian Taylor, or if anybody else is watching, if you could think of potentially a replacement for Schneiderlin, potentially a better, younger, upcoming player, then be sure to comment them down below, because it looks like next transfer window we will be selling Schneiderlin. So the next 2 comments I want to show you are this one and this one on your screen. These are 2 comments covering transfers. Now, what I might do to speed up these episodes is just, instead of going through the transfers in the episode, I'm going to do that off camera. So when this episode has ended, I will definitely go and put all the suggested players on these comments into our watch list. As you can see at the moment, this is what our watch list is looking like. Some huge players like Lukaku, Tielemans, Goetze, Royce, Rakitic, and then Volland and Sal Niguez and Paulo Dybala. Some huge names in here at the moment. So yeah, any that have been suggested in future episodes, what I'm going to do is off camera, I'm going to add them to the transfer watch list. Then when the transfer window rolls around, we can re-look at some of them and see who we're most interested in buying. So as we can see at the moment, we are in the draw, I believe. Tottenham against Man City and United against Newcastle. So out of all the draws, we have got the easiest draw, I believe, in the English Cup draw. Out of all the 4 teams left, 3 teams not including ourselves anyway, but yeah, Newcastle, going to be a good match. Anthony Martial has gone up again, another player going up. This is fantastic to see. As we can see, he used to be a 90, now a 91 rated forward. This guy is going to be incredible. What we've got to not forget, guys, is this guy is only 21 years old. Incredible talent. So as we can see, the match against Middlesbrough is quickly approaching. We are at the Riverside Stadium, Middlesbrough's ground, I can only guess, I'm not too sure. And as we can see, the league positions for each team at the moment are 3rd and 16th. So to be honest, no match is an easy match in the Premier League, but it should be somewhat less of a harder team to come up against. I don't mean any disrespect if you are a Middlesbrough fan watching, but as we can see, their best player at the moment is Victor Fisher, an 87 rated attacking midfield like player. I do believe he was at Ajax before he transferred to Middlesbrough in real life. They've also got a few other players well known like Negredo and Callum Chambers, so a few big names in there, but fingers crossed we can get the big win against them away from home. So as you can see, the match is coming up now. We have picked our lineup. We've gone for the 3-4-3 formation. If you've not been watching previous episodes, I would assure you to go ahead and watch them, catch up to this one. It's a bit of an odd time to be telling you to go and do that. I kind of guessed that, but yeah, in last episode, definitely, we got 3 games from 3 wins. 3 wins from 3 games, I mean. And a guy that scored in all 3 of those games for us was Juan Mata. He's on 3 goals from his 3 last games. So to repay the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Mata, we've made him captain of the team. Before it was Chris Smalling, now Juan Mata's going to take over the mantle of the captain of Manchester United for his excellent performances. And then up top we've got the 3 M's looking petrifying as always. Martial, Morata and Mata, a very scary front line. Then you've got Pogba, Thiago, Darmian, Shaw, those kind of inverted coming forward wing back players. And then we've got Smalling, Blind, Rojo and De Gea. And then also on the bench some incredible players like Zlatan chilling there too. So let's get into the match. So without any further ado, the match is underway already. As you can see, it looks like it's going to be an attack for us. Morata passing it on to, I think it was Martial then. As we can see, it looks like an attack for them. As I said, don't underestimate any Premier League team, but luckily David De Gea was there to save it. As you can see, it's another attack for us. Oh, I thought it was an attack for us, and then it looks like it's going to be a foul on Smalling's behalf on Negredo. Luckily, he's only pulled a yellow, but we might have to substitute him. So as you can see, we're coming in at half-time. The team have been doing pretty well so far. I was expecting a bit more from our attacking players. As we can see, the form in the game so far is only a 3 and a 4. So it's really not the best, but what we might do is get back into the second half, pause the match, sub off Chris Smalling so he doesn't get anything more than a yellow card, and then potentially bring on big man Zlatan up top to potentially change the game. Fingers crossed we can get back into the match and get the win. So we're just about to kick off any minute now, and we have kicked off. So already another attack from Manchester United. Darmian passing the ball on to number 11. Who is number 11? Number 11 was Juan Mata, and it's an attack for Middlesbrough, and they have scored a goal. This is the last thing we needed. Guys, it looks like Christian Stuani has managed to score a goal for Middlesbrough. I'm going to have to make some substitutions. So the substitutions we are going to bring on are going to be swapping Smalling on for Cereces and putting Blind in the middle in that kind of swap substitution places kind of thing. We're also going to take off Thiago for Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan's happy to sit as a central midfielder. I've never really played him there, so fingers crossed we can get something from him there. And then also we have took off Morata because he's having an awful game for us, and big man's lat can change the game within a second. As you can see, the substitutions are coming on now. It's looking like it's going to be quite a tasty match. Fingers crossed we can get some goals in here. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be a Mata free kick. Can he get his 4th goal? Oh, 4 goals in 4 games it could have been, but Valdez was there to save it. Shaw down the wing, Mata onto Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan, the midfielder, has come on and managed to pull back the game. I know it's not a win, guys. We should have definitely got a win, but I am happy, very, very happy indeed, to pull a draw late on in the game in typical Manchester United fashion. As per usual, the opponent's goalkeeper always seems to get man of the match for some reason. I don't know what's going on with that. But as we can see, that comment that suggested bringing on players past half-time because of the glitch, that thing that was going on, it's definitely worked. All of our players have definitely come on. And Mkhitaryan being the big game changer. Mata with the assist. Again, I didn't even realise that, but Mata, what a man Mata is. Captain forever and always. So these are the other results from today. As we can see, 2 big teams, City and Arsenal, managed to pull a draw, which keeps us in contention for the top of the table. Both teams getting low scoring points. Sadly, Tottenham did beat Hull City Tigers. Raw. But as we can see, where is the table? I have totally lost it. Yes, once again, it looks like Tottenham might manage to start pulling away. But there's always hope. We are only 4 points behind them, and we've got 2 more games in this episode. So now we've got the wrap-up games of this week's football. A big match between Chelsea and Liverpool, and then Crystal Palace and Stoke. I think I'm going to go with the Chelsea 2-1 win over Liverpool, and then I'm going to go for a Stoke and Crystal Palace 1-1 draw. Wow, okay, I got the 1-1 draw right, but I totally got this wrong. Kinda got it somewhat right, saying that Chelsea would win, but Chelsea beat Liverpool 5-1. That is an absolute drumming of a game. As we can see, Cesar Azpilicueta got 2, Willian got 2, and Hazard getting the hat-trick. What a man hat-trick. What a man hat-trick. What a man Hazard is for the hat-trick. The last game of the week, Sunderland-Southampton. I'm going to go with a tasty Southampton 3-2 win. 2-0. I kind of got it right. I got the win right, but not the score. So as we can see, the awards for Premier League players and managers have come out once again of the month, that is. Slaven Bilic has won it for the month of April. Congratulations to him, I guess. He managed to win it from the Premier League, all the rest of the lower leagues, so we could have never won them. Looking at the team of the month, David De Gea managing to get in there, that's always good to see. Anybody else from our team? Sadly not. Bit of a shame, but luckily David De Gea managed to get in there. Player of the month goes to David De Gea, what a guy. I'm going to guess the young player of the month to be Victor Fisher. Ooh, I was wrong. It's Andy Robertson from Hull. Congratulations to him. I don't know if you heard that then, but that was a motorbike, so yeah, try and ignore that. But yes, our next match coming up is against the big guys, Crystal Palace. You may be wondering why I said the big guys, literally because their team is physically huge. I think about like the majority of their squad is about 6 foot and over, so yeah, that was the reason. Not in size of the club, although they are a relatively decent sized club. Anyway, talking off topic, get back to the actual point. As we can see, we're playing at Old Trafford. It's going to be another home game. They're 13th in the league positioning. We have dropped down to 4th, but I'm guessing that's only because another team in the league has managed to get a win and they have a game in advance. We'll jump straight back up after this game, fingers crossed. One of their best players at the moment, their key player being Johan Cabaye. Steve Mandanda having a decent rating as well. Mr. Benteke, a man that we've definitely got to watch out for, but yeah, looks like Cabaye's having a good season too, so we might have to go 4 at the back for this. So as you can see, the team that we're going to line up with is the 3-4-3 formation. We've definitely gone for a bit of a risk here, but to be honest, I think it might pay off. I don't know whether Christian Benteke is injured for Crystal Palace at the moment, but for some reason they haven't seemed to start with him. They've instead started with Loic Remy. So fingers crossed this might actually pay off for us as well. Also, they haven't even started with their number one player at the moment, Johan Kabay, on the pitch. So that might also pay off. They look like they've started with a weaker team. But sadly, we have had to put Michael Carrick, the midfielder, in at centre-back. He's happy to play there, so that shouldn't be too bad. Mkhitaryan's going to start in the midfield after his goal last episode. Juan Mata's going to stay on because he is the man, the myth, the legend, the god that we all love to pieces. He is our number one man, Mr. Mata. And then Zlatan's going to start this match instead of Morata because Morata didn't do much last episode. So the match is about to kick off, and I believe it's us kicking off. It is. The first highlight from the game, and it looks like it's going to be a Crystal Palace attack. I knew 3 at the back was a risk, but to be honest, David De Gea is the number one man for us. Apart from Juan Mata, there's a lot of number one men at the club, but David De Gea saves us in a lot of risky situations. Looks like it's going to be an attack for us here. Zlatan Ibrahimovic passing the ball up to number 10, Martial. Martial, somehow I think he got tackled, but then the ball was passed on to a Crystal Palace player who passed it back to him and then he scored. But we're 1-0 up at home to Crystal Palace. Number 6, Pogba taking the cross into Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Wayne Hennessy managing to grab the ball out the air. I can only imagine it was magnificent. So as you can see, we're coming in at half-time 1-0 up against Crystal Palace at home. That's us at home, not Crystal Palace. We're doing pretty well, to be honest. We've not been that inspiring as a team. We've had 2 goal scoring opportunities. One was saved, and then the other we scored into the back of the net beautifully. But yeah, we're doing pretty well. I'm not going to make any substitutions because of the glitch thing. I'm going to make them if we need them later on in the game. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get into the second half. So the second half is about to kick off. Crystal Palace about to kick off with a very lovely kick. How lovely was that? So yeah, Ward going to cross in the ball, it looks like, on Scott Dan, and then Wayne Hennessy. Oh wait, they looked like they were crossing into their own box then, but luckily Wayne Hennessy was there to stop it. Right, so it looks like it's going to be an attack for them in some of the dying minutes, but luckily David De Gea is our man. We're going to pause it there. We're going to make some substitutions so we don't end up cacking up, which basically means messing up at the end of this match. We don't want to do anything silly. So we're going to take off Pogba, bring on Herrera to shore up that midfield. A less of attacking player, I've dropped him back as well, so he's not as attacking anymore. We're also going to bring on Rojo, and we're going to swap Smalling out to the right centre-back, or left centre-back. I think it's left centre-back, sorry. And then take off Michael Carrick for a bit of a break. And we're also going to stick Rooney up top. Fingers crossed he can make some magic. See if he's still got anything left in the tank, because he's kind of nearing the end of his Manchester United time. So the 3 substitutions are on. It looks like they're going to close out the game, and they have done. Anthony Martial getting man of the match with his goal earlier on in the game. Zlatan Ibrahimovic getting the assist for that. I didn't quite see who got the assist, but yeah. Fantastic goal from Anthony Martial, helping us with that win. This guy is becoming a number one man for us at the club. So as you can see, we've actually dropped down to 4th now in the table. It's not good news, but we're definitely going to go into this next match. Fingers crossed we can pull this win, get back up there and get challenging near the top of the table. We can definitely do this. So as you can see, this is going to be our last match of the episode. Some big teams up at the top of the table playing today. Fingers crossed that Bournemouth managed to pull either a draw or a win against Chelsea so we can take over them. And I do believe if West Ham pull, I believe a win, only a win, if they draw it's not going to really help. It'll slow them down, but if Tottenham lose today, then I believe we'll be equal with them on points as well. And I think the same goes for Manchester City. Sadly, they are all kind of playing easier teams, but fingers crossed, we'll win our match. And that team that we are playing is going to be Swansea. Luckily, we're playing at our home ground, Old Trafford. Swansea are 11th in the league, but as I mentioned, that means nothing. Their league form isn't too bad, but isn't the best at the moment. Federico Fernandez is 90 rated for them in game. That is incredible stuff for them right there. They've also got some pretty good players in there as well. One of my favourite players out of all the Premier League, so much so that I'm actually going to add him to the shortlist. Gylfi Sigurdsson, I think he's a fantastic player and I think he's massively underrated in real life. But yeah, we may go in for him, maybe. As you can see, we've stuck with the 3-4-3 formation. I like this formation at the moment. If we manage to get a win with it this episode, then we may stick with it again till next episode. But yeah, I like this formation because we can either score first and then get in the lead, or if we lose a goal and go a goal behind, it gives us that opportunity to get in front because it's a very attacking formation. A few changes have been made. We brought in Cereces into the centre-back position where Carrick was last episode. We've also brought on Thiago for his match. We put Mata on the other wing from where he was. He's still captain. Putting up Martial up top, the guy who's been scoring all our goals so far. And then we're going to shift out Morata to a kind of winger forward kind of style because he hasn't been on top form in the striker role so far. So the kickoff has already kicked off, and yeah, kicking off once again, let's go. So it looks like it could be an attack for Swansea here already, but David De Gea missed the safe hands himself, getting in there. Looks like once again another attack. One of my favourite players, Mr. Gylfi Sigurdsson, taking a shot, but not past David De Gea today. Once again, another attack already. Llorente and Sigurdsson. I just said not today. Maybe I was wrong. Sigurdsson has scored a goal. Looks like an attack already on our behalf. Martial getting through, but Fabianski is a very good goalkeeper and he stops it dead straight. Pogba pushing up the ball to Morata. Martial taking another shot. Fabianski. What is up with Martial? He can't seem to score past Fabianski today. We've come in at half time and it's not good news. We're 1-0 behind to a team that we should definitely be in front of at home. So we've swapped the front line around a bit. We've put Martial back out onto the wing, Morata up top, and then Mata onto his favoured left wing, where he's been playing very well for us. Fingers crossed this leads to an attack. Morata takes the shot on Fabianski. What is up with our strikers today? Massively off form. So it's come up to the 75th minute. We've still not made anything from it. I'm going to have to make some substitutions. Fingers crossed something comes off in the dying embers of this match. But it's absolutely disgraceful so far. So as you can see, we're going to sub on Rooney, Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Mkhitaryan, the two veterans up top. Fingers crossed they've done it enough times to get a few goals in near the end of the match. And then Mkhitaryan, the guy who got a goal from midfield 2 games ago now. So fingers crossed something can come of it. We're going to keep Mata on as well because he is the captain and the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend. Come on guys, we can get something. And the match has closed out, and funnily enough we have managed to somehow lose to Swansea City when we are in the title challenge. It's really not good news. It's really not good news. We were figured out completely. Somehow David De Gea got the man of the match. I don't know what's going on with this game. I don't know why on earth it does it, but for some reason David De Gea is the man of the match for being on the losing team who conceded a goal. Were the senses in that? It makes no sense. But funnily enough, the man that I was talking about before the match managed to be the game changer. Llorente getting the assist, and it's just absolutely disgraceful. Guys, let me know any formations and stuff down below that we need to be changing up. I would have liked to potentially win the league this year. Looks like we're going to grab top 4, but fingers crossed we can push on next maybe season. Fingers crossed we can get up there and go from there. Make some differences, make some changes, and just, we need to be doing better than this. 1-0 loss to Swansea at home. So as we can see, this is where I'm going to leave it. I'm a bit miffed off after losing that game. It's kind of got to me. It's annoyed me a bit because as we can see, Man City have managed to pull away. If we'd managed to win today, we would have been up around in second place. But stupidly, we lost to Swansea. Really shouldn't have happened. But yeah, no, I'm sorry for losing that match, guys. I probably should have lined up. I don't know what I could have done, but I'm sure you guys can comment and help down below. So let me know anything that you guys are thinking, and yeah, see you next time, guys.